ready for a great outdoor adventure? Hit the slopes at Treetops and Otsego Resort in Gaylord. Fresh powder, breathtaking views, and trails for every skill level. Grab your gear and make this your best snow season ever. Visit treetops.com or otsegoresort.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, awards are nice, but winning means more. We've won more million-dollar auto accident settlements and trial verdicts than any law firm in Michigan. If you've been injured, just call us. We'll fight to get you the settlement you deserve. Michigan Auto Law. People over everything. Visit autolaw.com.
Hi, it's Paul W. While we're shopping for those perfect holiday presents, the best gift of all, the one we all truly want, is our health. When we need drugs or shots for pain to get by every day, it's hard to be in the holiday spirit. So give yourself or someone you love the gift of health from Dr. Sal Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute. People with neuropathy, sciatica, spinal stenosis, or bulging, herniated, and degenerative discs can celebrate avoiding spine surgery with his intradisc neutrosis treatment. And his Knee Restore RX treatment is a gift to patients facing knee surgery. They're all natural, non-invasive, and non-surgical solutions with no shots, pills, or downtime. Plus, Dr. Kogan is really in the holiday spirit because the first 10 new patients who call and start treatment in December in Farmington, Clinton Township, and Grand Blanc will get 60% off their treatment plan. The Nerve and Disc Institute. Call now, 586-416-DISC, 586-416-3472.
You're listening to Gridiron Wrap on WJR, sponsored by Skinny Butcher Premium Proteins. Once again, with every football update you need, here are Bill Keenest and Alex Zilkowski.
Welcome back to Gridiron Wrap and updating the game that everybody in our listening area is interested in. The Rams defense forced the Lions to punt, something we haven't seen today until now. So the Rams are taking over deep in their territory. Let's see, we got an update on the Seahawks Colts. Seattle kicked its third field goal of the day, and the Colts now lead 13-9. Packers continue to lead the Broncos, but Christian Watson, the exceptional receiver for the Packers, is just walking off the field with what looks like an injured shoulder. So that will obviously be worth watching because his return to the lineup has really sparked the 49ers offense and obviously given Jordan Love some real confidence with that passing game. 49ers continue to lead 24-10 and over the Titans. And the Titans, speaking of injuries, have lost 3 safeties in today's game. So, wow. I mean, football is a tough sport. And, I mean, you may have some linebackers or corners having to play safety in that game. It's just that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. And the Panthers continue to lead the Saints. It's now 17-10 late in the third quarter. So the one game that 2 games really that I think deserve additional focus from earlier today. The Chargers go into Kansas City, Jim Harbaugh and his troops, and defeat the Chiefs 16-13, late field goal, classic game. But the image that I think a lot of fans that watch that game will have in their football memory for a long time is the image of Patrick Mahomes getting hurt late in the game and being helped by two trainers, chiefs, medical staff up the tunnel and walking very gingerly. And it, sadly, I don't know why, but it actually reminded me of a classic old photo from I think the 60s of Y.A. Tittle, the great quarterback for the New York Giants. It was a game at Pitt Stadium, and he was on his knees. His helmet was off, bloodied and bowed, blood dripping down his forehead. And Andy Reid did say after the game that it's a knee, perhaps hyperextended. And Andy's comment was it didn't look good. So it's sad, but it's football, and I guess we'll just hope for the best for Mahomes and see what happens. The other game that was just an instant classic, remarkable. Josh Allen leads the Bills back from a 21-0 deficit in New England. And the Bills hold on for a 35-31 victory. I'll tell you what, when those two teams play, it's remarkable. And I didn't get to watch the game, but I'm sure it'll be replayed on NFL Network multiple times this week. But what a game. What an absolute, gut check. Again, the Bills on the road where all they got is each other. And boy, they came together with an amazing victory.
Yeah, that game is an instant classic, and it's definitely worth the watch. It really is wild how the Bills won, because they came back from down 21-0 against a team that was averaging 9.8 yards a carry this game. It's the math is almost hard to believe sometime and check out, but I mean, Allen he always seems to rise to the moment, right? And the occasion, he only had like 200 or so passing yards, but if you look, they were doing really well on third down late in the game. They were explosive. He's able to get things going with their legs, and I feel like the Bills just still do not get enough credit with how effective they are at running the ball themselves. I think, all the focus on Josh Allen because he's such a special player, but they have a really good offensive line, and James Cook does a great job capitalizing on that as well. And that's really kind of the heartbeat of the offense. So, great game for the Bills, a great win against, road divisional opponent, really good team. And then, that was one of the 4 case scenarios that need to happen for the Kansas City Chiefs to also be eliminated from playoff contention. And it did happen. So great win all around for the Bills.
Yeah. And I, you mentioned the Bills not getting credit. They really don't. I mean, James Cook had another 100-yard day today. Josh Allen, he only threw for 193 yards, but 3 of those passes that led to that yardage total were touchdowns, had a 123 passer rating. And, as we've said so many times, it's not how, it's if. And they get it done. They're getting it done. So, kudos to the Bills. And, they remain, firmly in the playoff race. Baltimore won a big game today as well against Cincinnati. So what does that mean? I mentioned earlier about games affecting Lions fans. Well, the Steelers, who come to Ford Field next weekend, currently lead Baltimore by a half a game, pending the Steelers matchup tomorrow night against Miami. So regardless of what happens tomorrow night, the game for the Steelers next week is going to be huge. They'll either be tied for first place or a game ahead of the Ravens. So the Steelers are going to come in here with a very, very important game. And that's December football. In many ways, that's what we expect, and that's what it should be. So we'll obviously keep everybody up to date on the late window games, in particular, the Lions game at LA. The Rams have the ball. They just converted a third down, and they're still in their own territory. So we'll keep you up to date on that. And, Alex, the the big news, not only locally, sadly, but nationally, when it came to football at any level this week, was the University of Michigan and all that went on with the head coach, with Sharon Moore. And oh my gosh, it's tragic. It's sad. It's impactful. And, you think about so many people that are affected and impacted. And I'm not sure there's a right way or a right place to start on this.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just sad all the way around. I mean, so many people's lives are going to be affected, like you said. You really think about his family and everything they're going to have to go through and all that. It's just it was just wild as all the news unfolded as well. I mean, there's a press conference about bowl game prep and the recruiting class that Monday, and then even Wednesday morning he was interviewing candidates for the QB coach opening at Michigan, and then later that afternoon he was fired immediately. So it completely came out of nowhere, and it's wild. Michigan, this program has had just so much controversy around the last few years, where it seems like, now that we're onto a coaching search, a fresh start might be good for this team and everything. They need new, some fresh air and fresh life and ideas in the building. And it seems like they're down to 3 candidates. However, in Kalen DeBoer, Jed Fish, and Kenny Dillingham. I think it's most likely to be Jed Fish out of those 3, to be honest. Kalen DeBoer just kind of came out with a statement like right before we went on, saying how he wants to stay at Alabama. And Dillingham is an ASU, went to ASU, grew up in the area, is coaching there. So I don't see it going. So likely moving on to Jed Fish, who he's coached over everyone. You look at it, he's coached under Spurrier, Harbaugh, some Belichick in the NFL. He's Pete Carroll. So you see, a coach who's really experienced, has done good jobs at both Arizona and Washington when he's gotten the chance to be a head coach. Good hire. Washington's recruiting class actually is only ranked 1 lower than Michigan in the cycle. So hopefully he can come in, keep the team together, keep the current recruiting class together, and if he ends up being the hire.
Yeah, and we'll talk a lot more about the Michigan situation, in addition to other football-related and sports-related news, when we come back on Gridiron Wrap. You're listening to 760 WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code AUTO for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code AUTO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code AUTO for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Mike Golick and I are in Dallas for primetime action between the Cowboys and the Vikings. Dak Prescott and the boys are coming off a tough loss to the Lions that put their playoff hopes on life support. Now Minnesota comes in after a big shutout win over Washington. Join us for the Vikings at the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Kick off the holiday season with the perfect gift for the soccer fan in your life. Head over to store.ussoccer.com and explore a wide range of official U.S. soccer gear and merch. Whether you're decking the halls or hitting the field, we've got you covered. Show your true colors and share the excitement of U.S. soccer this season. Visit store.ussoccer.com today and score big with your holiday shopping.
Snow, ice, and winter weather can be dangerous. When a business does nothing to protect you, when a business fails to make their property safe for visitors, that's where we step in. At Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers, we protect people hurt in slip and fall accidents. Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers has recovered millions in compensation for our injured clients. We're the only law firm in Michigan specializing in slip and fall accidents, and we're here to protect you. Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers. Go to falllaw.com now for your free consultation. That's falllaw.com.
Winter is calling. Are you ready for a great outdoor adventure? Hit the slopes at Treetops and Otsego Resort in Gaylord. Fresh powder, breathtaking views, and trails for every skill level. Grab your gear and make this your best snow season ever. Visit treetops.com or otsegoresort.com.
Start your day by hitting play on 5 Things First Thing with JR Morning's Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds.
Get the day's top 5 stories in just 5 minutes, delivered right to your device. Subscribe to JR Morning's 5 Things First Thing wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Gridiron Wrap on WJR, sponsored by Skinny Butcher Premium Proteins. Once again, with every football update you need, here are Bill Keenest and Alex Zilkowski.
Welcome back to Gridiron Wrap, and let us take a second here to thank Danny Cahalan, our producer extraordinaire, for setting everything up for us and getting us ready and running the boards and making sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And also to Skinny Butcher, obviously our title sponsor, and we really appreciate their support, as I know do all of our listeners. There definitely have been some things happen since we had the last update. The Broncos scored a touchdown to cut it to 23-21, and I still don't have an update on Watson, the receiver for the Packers, who was injured a little while back. And the Rams, Matthew Stafford just threw a 25, 30-yard touchdown pass to Parkinson, the tight end. I thought it might be down on the 1. They reviewed it, and I think they were looking for possession and also where the ball went down at. And, they must have looked at it a dozen times, but they concluded that it was a touchdown. So the Packers take the lead, the Rams take the lead on the Lions 27-24 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the third. And real important drive for the Lions coming up. They didn't convert, didn't score the last drive. So I think one key for this game was to keep the Rams off the field, especially the passing game. I mean, Matthew has 297 yards passing through, 3 quarters effectively. So, I think it's important for the Lions offense to string a couple first downs, if not, a scoring drive here, because you don't want to give the ball back to the Rams with momentum and confidence and in that passing game for sure. Yeah, so one other update, the 49ers are now up 31-10 over the Titans. So like we said, San Francisco just keeps winning. So before the break, we were talking, just starting to get into the big story of the day, the situation at Michigan. And, I don't know if you've had any interaction with anybody on campus lately, Alex. I just can't imagine what, the feeling is there. I mean, if you go back to the week before the Ohio State game, for example, compared to the way it is now, you couldn't be more dramatically different. Now, that being said, thank goodness for the basketball team. I mean, they are, I don't think there's any team in the country that has played as well as the Wolverines. I mean, holy mackerel, do they look good.
They're absurd.
They look fantastic. So that certainly helps. But at a place like U of M, when the football program and in reality, the athletic program are in a situation like they are now, that's very difficult.
Yeah, it's almost just like a sense of sadness around campus a little bit, and over here in Ann Arbor, because it's one thing when, when a coach gets fired because the team isn't good, you see it coming from miles away, right? How long did we talk on this show about Michigan State moving on from Jonathan Smith?
Yeah.
Earlier in the season we did, but for something to just happen so suddenly, and when you feel like there is some positive momentum within the program, a lot to look forward to next year, and then I mean, just also as well, I feel like kind of the it's hard to deal with the feeling and vibe among those in the fan base of everyone feeling like we got kind of hoodwinked on who actually was the most important public figure at the university. I mean, no one really had a bad thing to say about Sharon Moore as a person before this all happened, and everyone seemed to like him. I mean, there seems to be a utter sense of shock all around from people. So I think that's honestly one of the hardest things to deal with right now. But it's time to find a new coach. We talked a little about Jed Fish for the break and all the things he had. Well, Kalen DeBoer and Kenny Dillingham don't look different still. They're the other two names who've been thrown around a lot. And I mean, all three of them would be very good hires. Kalen DeBoer, he's just won at every stop in his career. He was amazing at Sioux Falls when he was coaching in the NAIA, did great jobs at Fresno and Washington before taking Alabama. And then, he has the hardest assignment of all time at Alabama in following Nick Saban. But he's a guy I would love. He'd be my number one pick. He's familiar with the area because he's been an assistant at Eastern before. And as a head coach, he has an all-time career winning record of 123-19 throughout his time as a college coach. And so it just doesn't get much better at that, regardless of what level you coach at. Then Kenny Dillingham as well. He's a guy, he's been a really young, up-and-coming head coach and coordinator, turning Arizona State around, which is in a terrible spot. Has worked with guys like Lanning Norvell and Gus Malzahn in his early career, and is really good offensively and be good guy to come in and help Bryce develop. So I'd be really okay with any of those. And then there's the kind of fourth option, unless someone new arises, is maybe they have to do an interim search for a year if they can't get any of those big three in college, because the general vibe, I guess, I think Michigan is really prioritizing getting someone with prior college head coaching experience. And I feel like outside of these guys, you're looking at a guy like Alabama's defensive coordinator, Womack, who I think would actually be really good. The Packers offensive coordinator, Adam Stenovich, went to Michigan and has coached here before. So that'd be another good guy to look at. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on some of the perspectives?
Well, I just want to get reiterate the impact something like this has. And obviously you feel deeply for Sharon Moore's family. Okay. His wife and kids, and holy mackerel, just the impact there. I mean, it's so hard. And you also feel for everybody involved, the individual, on the support staff that is involved or was involved. And I hate to interrupt such an important and somber topic to give you this update. The Lions went 3-and-out, barely missed a long pass to J-Mo. He had it in his hands, hit the turf, and it bounced out. And then Goff got sacked and incomplete on third down. They punted. Matthew hits a seam route to Puka, who's probably got 200 yards receiving by now. And then Williams, cuts it out around the left end. And so the Rams now lead by 10. That was quick. Golly, 34-24. But, there's assistant coaches that are impacted. There's support staff that's impacted. There's so many people involved in a situation like this. And then I think it also should give us cause to pause and understand, based on, again, what we've read, what we've heard, the mental, reality of this, and if there was depression involved, if there's, mental health is such a real deal. And again, based on what we know to be true, what we've heard, it's hard not to conclude there were some, issues there perhaps before and certainly since. The other thing that is just remarkable to me, okay, and I mentioned it indirectly earlier, that, I mean, if the University of Michigan football team and athletic department were stock back in the middle of November, it was probably trading at a pretty high price compared to Michigan State, which might have been given one of those no sell grades or whatever. Other than, of course, the basketball team with Tom Izzo. A month later, the buzz at Michigan State is sky high.
Oh yeah.
The hire of Pat Fitzgerald is sky high. And the basketball team under Coach Izzo was doing what we expect it to do. It's just amazing how things can turn on a dime, literally, in life, let alone
completely.
Sports, college sports.
One group I do want to give credit to, though, Michigan, is just everyone who's still in the building working, because Michigan is still yet to have a player enter the transfer portal, and they've only had 2 recruits ask out of their national letter of intent. So everyone within Schembechler Hall is doing a great job so far, and just was a totally unprecedented situation, and really keeping the ship afloat best to their capabilities, because there's still bowl game to play, and there's still a recruiting class come in and bring in and keep the program alive. So everyone in the building is also doing a really good job right now with that.
Yeah, and Michigan obviously is a brand that transcends so much in the world of sports and just in society in general. It's an incredible institution, and I'm sure that the Board of Trustees, everybody involved, is going to, lean on that reality. It's still a phenomenal institution, and if they get the right coach, and you mentioned Kalen DeBoer, wasn't he rumored, or hasn't there been some talk about him being interested in U of M at one time?
Yeah, so it sounds like he was honestly pretty interested in the Michigan job in 2023. However, the Alabama job opened up before the Michigan job.
Right.
So, I mean, if Alabama comes offering, you'd take that job as a college football coach. So it seems like he's interested. And then, a lot of speculation, but you just wonder how much of a fit he is in the South when he is kind of a Midwestern guy at heart.
Yeah, we'll continue talking about Michigan State, and another school from our great state, Ferris State, who just keeps on rolling, baby. You're listening to Gridiron Wrap on WJR 760, the great voice of the great voice.
$2,227,000 was our tally last year. But let's find out what we did for this year. Here is the total.
To the most generous city in America from Mitch Albom. The charities of Say Detroit and 760 WJR.
$2,494,040.02. And thank you for putting your 2 cents in. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's RSV season. Is your baby protected? RSV is the #1 cause of hospitalization in all infants. Protect your baby from severe RSV with an immunization.
I think he's having trouble breathing.
A vaccine during pregnancy or preventive antibody is now available. Help prevent RSV before it happens. Learn more by visiting lung.org/RSV.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
Hey gang, Jim Harper here with my brother Mike to talk to you about Dr. Saul Kogan and the Nerve and Disc Institute. Let's talk pain. I know you had a lot of operations, all kinds of different treatments, and then you went to see Dr. Kogan. Tell us what happened next.
Jim, the place is amazing. It's more like an institute than it is a doctor's office. My results were immediate. After just the first couple visits, I was able to get rid of using a walker every day, get rid of using my cane. I was able to get back to enjoying the things I like to do, my hobbies in life. I was super impressed. It's life-changing.
So if you really want relief, if you want your life back, call Dr. Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute. They have clinics in Farmington, Clinton Township, and Grand Blanc. And right now, the first 50 callers that mention WJR will get half off their treatment program. That's right, 50% off. So call today, 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472.
Art lovers, take note. Do Michelle's December auctions showcase extraordinary pieces from Bloomfield Hills, Grosse Pointe, and Toledo estates. Discover works by Picasso and Dali, rare Swiss watches and estate jewelry, and mid-century modern and traditional furniture. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, there's something remarkable waiting for you. Join us online or in person December 18th, 19th, and 20th with a preview open now. Visit DUMOArt.com to learn more and bid. Do Michelle's, your #1 place to buy art in Metro Detroit.
At Average Al's Furniture Warehouse, our sofas have cushions, our tables have 4 legs, our recliners recline. So come on by for a perfectly average experience.
Cumulus Digital doesn't stop at average. We work with more than 4,000 local businesses every month, delivering campaigns that beat industry averages by over 25%, driving real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
It's the 12 days of giving with the Salvation Army. During Michigan's harsh winters, a warm place to stay can mean the difference between safety and suffering. Last year, more than 402,000 nights of shelter were provided to individuals and families in need, offering comfort, stability, and hope when it's needed most. Your gift means someone has a safe place to sleep tonight. Give with joy at a Red Kettle or online at sametrodetroit.org.
You're listening to Gridiron Wrap on WJR. Sponsored by Skinny Butcher Premium Proteins. Once again, with every football update you need, here are Bill Keenest and Alex Zilkowski.
Welcome back to Gridiron Wrap. And before we get into any score updates, potentially some huge news coming out of the Denver Packers game where Micah Parsons on a very uneventful play. He's rushing around the left side, and it's one of those non-contact type knee injuries. And it's on grass, too. So just so anybody that doesn't realize that, the field in Denver is natural turf. It's grass. But he planted his leg and went down immediately.
Yeah, buckled a little, did not look good.
Grabbing it. And just the way they were examining him, it was focused on the knee. He did get up and gingerly walked off the field. But I think aside from finding out the severity of the injury, and then the Broncos have the ball in scoring territory now as well, but just the mental impact something like that will have on the Packers, not only the defense, but the entire team is huge. So, you hear next man up and you hear one play at a time and you hear we got to have amnesia, but these are human beings, and emotion and passion is such a huge part of this game. So it will really be interesting to see certainly what the injury is determined to be, but also how the Packers are able to react from it, because he was on the turf for quite a while. And like I said, the way they were examining him as Denver just throws a touchdown pass. So the Broncos are now up. So we'll see if Jordan Love can lead the Packers back. But yeah, they just scored a touchdown pass. So Denver goes back into the lead late in the third quarter. So we still got a lot of football to play there. But yeah, the big news, in addition, injury-wise, to Patrick Mahomes, although the Chiefs obviously were eliminated from the playoffs, is what just happened in Denver to Micah Parsons. Just could be so big for the Packers and directly for the Lions and the Bears as well, and the whole NFC really. So we'll have to see that. So, but yeah, we were talking more about, the Michigan situation and, the difference between, the tone, the attitude. And I think you hit it. It has to be a sadness just because of the human factor involved, what happened apparently. And, all the people involved that are impacted by the situation is just it's tough. But a lot remains to be seen. But certainly there have been other examples in life and sports where somebody stumbles and it looks like the end of the world. But comeback stories are huge, and hopefully something it'll take time, but hopefully there can be something positive down the road for everybody involved. I did mention one other team from the state of Michigan, Ferris State. I'm telling you, Alex, now as I'm watching the Rams Lions, Devontae Adams just went down, and what looks like, and I think he had the defenders beat. I think that could have been a 60, 70-yard touchdown pass. He just came up, and it almost looks like a classic, well, I don't know, maybe a hamstring, maybe for his sake, you don't want it to be an Achilles. But he just stopped running. He's walking off the field, though, so that would sort of indicate it's probably not an Achilles. It
looks like
could
a
have been
hammy
a
or cramp or something like that.
Quad or something. Yeah. So anyways, but that was 4th and 3. So Lions are going to get the ball back, which is good. So we'll see how the Lions offense can respond. But some good football news from our state. Fair State, those Bulldogs, man, in the championship game yet again. And they win. They beat Newberry 49-17. They're the highest scoring team in college football. I think they're averaging right around what they scored yesterday, around 50, 52 points a game. It's just a remarkable run by Fair State. Remarkable.
Yeah.
Going for their 3rd national title in 4 years. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, things are going well when you start to see some people online saying that they need to move up a division. That's always a good sign. But I remember one of the more remarkable things, Bill Conley, the writer for ESPN and creator of S&P Plus, he does the rankings every week for the best teams in college football across all divisions and levels, all 764 teams. And at one point this year, Fair State would have been something like 100th in the FBS or so, and they would have actually been a slight favorites on a neutral site over Oklahoma State, a Power 4 team. And so, I mean, that just shows how good of a program they have up there in Big Rapids and how well they are rolling.
Yeah, and credit to Tony Anise, the head coach, who had a storied career in high school coaching. And I know I've mentioned it on the show in the past, but some of the best coaches, they're not all at the NFL. They're not all at Division I. They're at Division II, Division III, and high school. And Tony is a classic example of that. And what he's done there is remarkable. And there's some other Michigan institutions at the D2 and D3 level that have hired coaches out of high school. Hope College did that. Olivet did that. Adrian College did that recently. And all those programs are doing well. So, hats off to the administrators that know what they're looking for and aren't afraid to go out of the box and do something perhaps unconventional. Tony Anise in Fair State is a prime example for that. So we got another break that we got to get to, and we will do that. You are listening to Gridiron Wrap on 760 WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes.
U.S. soccer. Reality says the odds are stacked against us. To think our U.S. men's national team can ever raise the world's biggest trophy. Be the first soccer team to beat them at football. Never. But here's the thing about us. Refusing to accept reality is kind of our thing. Being unrealistic, that's not a flaw. It's a force. It's fuel. Because if you want to be great and make history, never chase reality. Join U.S. Soccer Insiders today. Be part of the journey.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, we know a thing or two about winning. After all, we're Michigan's most awarded auto accident law firm. But what means more to us than any honor, the record-breaking settlements we win for our clients year after year. If you've been hurt in a car accident, just call us. We'll fight to get you the settlement you deserve. Michigan Auto Law, people over everything. Visit autolaw.com.
From the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, this is 760 WJR.
Family Matters amplifies the loudest and the proudest political voices in the Black community today.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ Pearson. There's so many incredible perspectives here in the Black community that you're going to hear from each and every week. This is exactly what the mainstream media was missing.
Because faith matters, country matters, and family matters.
And I actually talk to the people at the forefront of this change in the community. And by the way, it's no small number. It's growing every single day. That's why this moment matters.
Family Matters with CJ Pearson. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I'm Ann Thomas. Congratulations to the 2025 Women Who Lead class. Carrie Dolman, founder of Little Guide, says it's rewarding to hear from families who rely on littleguidedetroit.com.
It sure makes sales a lot easier when the people that I'm selling to are like, oh, this is my Bible. Little Guide, we use it on a daily basis, or we love Little Guide.
Special thanks to University of Michigan Health von Voigtlander Women's Hospital for supporting Women Who Lead.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
The attackers were father and son. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Police in Australia say that the two who attacked a group of people celebrating Hanukkah on Bondi Beach in Sydney were father and son. At least 15 people died, 40 were injured. New South Wales Police Commissioner Mal Lanyon says that the father had half a dozen firearms with him.
We are satisfied that we have 6 firearms from the scene yesterday, but also as a result of the search warrant at the Campsie address. Ballistics and forensic investigation will determine this morning that those 6 firearms are the 6 that were licensed to that man, but also that they were used in the offence yesterday.
And Prime Minister Anthony Albanese calls the attack an act of evil.
This is a moment for national unity. This is a moment for Australians to come together. That's precisely what we will be doing.
And one of the 2 gunmen is dead, the other injured and in custody. As America begins celebrating Hanukkah tonight, police departments are ramping up protection, including in New York City.
You will see an enhanced uniform presence, specialized patrols, heavy weapons teams, community affairs officers, counterterrorism resources, and bomb squad deployments where appropriate.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch. President Trump sending a message to all the victims of the shootings. The mass shooting at Brown University, the ambush on U.S. soldiers in Syria included.
Anywhere in the world, things can happen.
And he mentioned the 2 students killed and 9 injured at Brown University in Rhode Island.
I just want to pay my respects to everybody.
And in Rhode Island, Mayor Brett Smiley had this to say.
We can confirm that there is a person of interest who has been detained.
But police are not calling him a suspect. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
Senators voted down a pair of health care measures last week as Obamacare subsidies are set to expire at the end of the month. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy tells CBS's Face the Nation the Senate needs to figure out a plan for American people that are struggling.
We've got to do something for affordability for the people in the exchanges. And I would say that the only thing that Democrats would accept was something that would decrease the premiums. But if a family has a $6,000 out of pocket before they get into the strength of the insurance plan, then frankly, the policy is catastrophic.
Officials in Los Angeles say that a man suspected of killing his wife and dumping her body in a Southern California forest has been extradited back to the U.S. from Peru to face a murder charge. 36-year-old Josemar Cabrera arrived at LAX Friday night after being held in Peru since late August, and the body of Shea Cabrera was found on August 16th. Commercial operations resume tomorrow at a harbor in Maui that had been closed since the devastating fire that destroyed Lahaina more than 2 years ago.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green announced that starting tomorrow, limited commercial boat operations will resume at the Lahaina Small Boat Harbor for the first time since August 2023, when a wildfire killed 100 people and destroyed more than 2,000 homes and other buildings. The Division of Boating and Ocean Recreation Administrator said this is part of an effort meant to revitalize Maui's economy. To start, 4 companies will have access, and since there's no electricity, they will only have access during daytime hours. Before the fire, the harbor was used mostly for tourist purposes, to take people out on whale watching or snorkel trips, as well as sport and charter fishing, and for water sports like kayaks and paddle boats. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
And this weekend, snowstorm causing big travel headaches. FlightAware shows U.S. airlines have canceled more than 1,200 flights so far today and have 7,400 delays. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Unfortunately, we've picked up a couple problems. One of them is an accident on I-75 northbound, right at Sashabaw. This one's blocking the right lane and partially blocking the right shoulder. Emergency crews on the scene of that one. And we're dealing with another crash on I-94 westbound. This one's at Cashew if you're headed through the Detroit area. And it's taken up the left lane and the center lane, also the left shoulder. You're squeaking by on the right and the right shoulder. Just use caution. Allow yourself some extra time. I'm Erin V, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Clouds building in. We'll run it up to the upper teens with a wind chill around -5. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low around 12. Slight chance for snow for Monday. Mostly cloudy, steady temperature in the upper teens. We'll be in the low 30s Tuesday. From the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Eno on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Scott Graham here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. An NFC battle coming up when the Cowboys host the Vikings. Minnesota, led by second-year quarterback J.J. McCarthy, is coming off a 31-point shutout win over the Commanders. Now, they face Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, desperate for a win to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Ryan Ratke and Mike Golick call the action on Sunday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Be sure to start every Sunday at 8 a.m. with JR Sunday with Mark Hollis. Great interviews and conversations all in one place on JR Sunday with Mark Hollis, sponsored by Tryon, your payroll and HR solution. To learn more and to reach out to Tryon, go to relyontryon.com.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law, Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com. You're about to get a helmet full of football coverage. High school, college, pro. It's Gridiron Wrap on 760 WJR. Sponsored by Skinny Butcher Premium Proteins. Now here are Pro Football's 2025 Hall of Fame Award of Excellence honoree Bill Keenest and football analyst Alex Silkowski.
Welcome back to Gridiron Wrap. And wow, we got a lot of drama in these late window games. I'll tell you, the Seahawks did go ahead of the Colts. It's 15-13, field goal game with 2 minutes to go in the game. And Indy, the Colts do have the ball at their 35. So if Old Man Rivers can pull this out, this will be a perfect script for a movie without doubt. The Packers got a field goal. So the offense has responded. They trailed the Broncos 27-26 with over 10 minutes to go in the game. And that one likely will go right down to the wire. And in the Rams Lions game, now Nakua is down and appears to be injured for the Rams. I tell you what, there's a lot of guys going down today. Man.
Rough day.
And the Rams are in scoring position again. Like we said, that undoubtedly had to be a focus of the Lions to keep Matthew Stafford and the Rams passing game off the field with those receivers. And Matthew just threw one of his classic no looks to Nakua. And he made the reception, but trying to see, it looks like he got hit in the head. That might have been the injury. Not sure, but I'm sure there'll be a report. And how about this? We've talked about actually Nakua is being helped off the field. It appears to be a leg injury. So, we'll see. So they've lost both Devontae Adams and Nakua. I haven't seen Adams back in the game. I don't know if you have, Alex.
I have not, no.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him on the field all this drive.
Right. So, and we've talked about this team in recent weeks, the New Orleans Saints, and the job Kellen Moore's doing. Somebody we're familiar with, somebody I've always had the highest regard of as a player, as a person, as a coach, a coordinator. And the Saints have been playing really good ball lately. And now they've come back to tie the Panthers. The Panthers who need this game for their playoff aspirations. And it's 17-17 with just over 2 minutes to go. Carolina does have the ball, so they got a shot. And before we go back to Alex, and Mr. Stafford threw another touchdown pass to his tight end, Colby Parkinson. So it's going to be difficult now. Lions are going to be down by 2 scores with 4:49 remaining, but that's that offense. And boy, the tight ends we've talked about this really all year, Alex. They've made such a impact on this season. I mean, the Rams, they lost their best tight end earlier in the year, and as did the Lions. But that position has really become one that the great coaches know how to take advantage of it, know what to do and how to do it. And, the way the way Aiden Hutchinson returned that interception earlier in the game, maybe he can get some spot duty at tight end. But I had I mentioned I had the Cardinals Texans game earlier, and I'll tell you what, the Cardinals are having a difficult season. But Trey McBride is, if he's not the best tight end in the NFL this year, I'm not sure who is. Because he set records today, 1,000 yards receiving in consecutive seasons. I know he had over 10 receptions today, but he had 12. He had 12 receptions for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, and all he did was perform. So there's something unique about that position, and the Rams have had great play out of their tight ends, and most recently a touchdown pass from Matthew to Colby Parkinson to extend their lead. So we'll see how the rest of the games end up. But quite a day for sure.
Yeah, and it is really interesting with the tight end position, just kind of how much better they've gotten at receiving the ball in my lifetime. I mean, we've talked before about how much kickers have gotten over the years in this show, but the tight ends as receiving threats have just gotten exponentially better. And especially with the rise of the spread offense and defenses, kind of prioritizing smaller linebackers and just kind of more speed around the secondary and the field as a whole. Just kind of the counter position to that is offenses deciding to try to get bigger and get more big talent on the field. And you're seeing it this year. 12 personnel is up around the league, and they're just, teams aren't just running it though. They're not bringing them in to run. They're becoming real pass threats. And McBride, that in Arizona, that offense completely runs through him. And it's what his streaks. I think he has the longest streak in NFL history now for tight ends of games with 5+ receptions. I know it dates back to last season.
Right.
I think it's something like 16 or 17 games in a row with 5 receptions a game. So yeah, it's just really interesting the kind of evolution that position's had over the past few years.
Well, Alex, it's a wonderful life in Indianapolis right now. Speaking of classic movies, Phillip Rivers led the Colts to a go-ahead field goal of 60 yards. Blake Grupe, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. There's still 47 seconds left on the clock, so Sam Darnold has a chance to perform his magic. But oh my gosh, if you can't love the drama of football in a game like this, with Phillip Rivers getting up off his couch from home, playing with his kids and grandkids. And, helping coach high school football. Unbelievable. I mean, it gives you chills. It's just, the human spirit is undefeated. The emotion of a team is undefeated. The passion that everybody involved with this sport has learned to utilize in the most positive way is remarkable. Now, like I said, Sam Darnold has 47 seconds to turn the tables on the Colts. But what a day for the Colts so far, and Phillip Rivers, just remarkable.
Yeah, it's crazy for him to come back and perform this well and do it on the road in Seattle of all places, right? And also a great job by the Colts coaching staff, because you have a guy coming in on a short week, and I know he has familiarity with Shane Steichen. They've worked together before in the Colts offense. In his press conference this week, Phillip Rivers was talking about the offense to high school he coaches that is inspired actually by the Colts, so he's really familiar with it. But yeah, just a great story, and people had doubts, but if they hold on, it'll just be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, what would the title of this movie be? Dadgummit! I mean, Phillip Rivers is one of the all-time trash talkers in all of sports, but he never swears. Good for him. And but a lot of close games still to be determined, and we'll update you when we get back from this break on Gridiron Wrap, WJR 760, the great voice of the Great Lakes.
U.S. soccer. Reality says the odds are stacked against us. To think our U.S. men's national team can ever raise the world's biggest trophy. Be the first soccer team to beat them at football. Never. But here's the thing about us. Refusing to accept reality is kind of our thing. Being unrealistic, that's not a flaw. It's a force. It's fuel. Because if you want to be great and make history, never chase reality. Join U.S. Soccer Insiders today. Be part of the journey.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, we know a thing or two about winning. After all, we're Michigan's most awarded auto accident law firm. But what means more to us than any honor, the record-breaking settlements we win for our clients year after year. If you've been hurt in a car accident, just call us. We'll fight to get you the settlement you deserve. Michigan Auto Law. People over everything. Visit autolaw.com.
Family Matters amplifies the loudest and the proudest political voices in the Black community today.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ Pearson. There's so many incredible perspectives here in the Black community that you're going to hear from each and every week. This is exactly what the mainstream media was missing.
Because faith matters, country matters, and family matters.
And actually talk to the people at the forefront of this change in the community. And by the way, it's no small number. It's growing every single day. That's why this moment matters.
Family Matters with CJ Pearson. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
It's the 12 Days of Giving with the Salvation Army. During Michigan's harsh winters, a warm place to stay can mean the difference between safety and suffering. Last year, more than 402,000 nights of shelter were provided to individuals and families in need, offering comfort, stability, and hope when it's needed most. Your gift means someone has a safe place to sleep tonight. Give with joy at a Red Kettle or online at sametrodetroit.org.
I'm Ann Thomas. Congratulations to the 2025 Women Who Lead class. Carrie Dolman, founder of Little Guide, says it's rewarding to hear from families who rely on littleguidedetroit.com.
It sure makes sales a lot easier when the people that I'm selling to are like, oh, this is my Bible. Little Guide, we use it on a daily basis, or we love Little Guide.
Special thanks to University of Michigan Health von Voigtlander Women's Hospital for supporting Women Who Lead.
You're listening to Gridiron Wrap on WJR. Sponsored by Skinny Butcher Premium Proteins. Once again, with every football update you need, here are Bill Keenest and Alex Zilkowski.
Welcome back to Gridiron Wrap. And like we said, there was still time for Sam Darnold. And I think Dadgummit could be the name of this movie, because if you're a Colts fan, because Jason Myers, I think he locked up the special teams player of the week, at least in the NFC, kicked his sixth field goal today. Six. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 field goal to give Seattle an 18-16 lead. And it was not a gimme. It was 56 yards, 5-6. And this is the year of the place kicker. I mean, we've talked about, how field goals have been longer than ever. And it's just remarkable. So I doubt that, although there's 11 seconds to go, isn't that how many kids that Phillip Rivers has?
Yep, 11.
Maybe there's an omen there. There's 11 seconds to go. More importantly, perhaps, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go, the Lions, you know what? Their offense has played so well today. Have driven it down inside the 10. They have a 4th and goal now, down by 2 touchdowns, but still with a shot. You get a touchdown here, then the question is, the analytics, which can be the blessing and the curse. Do you go for 2? But 4th and goal, and obviously if the Lions don't make it, it'll most likely be the game. And there was a turnover in the Colts Seahawks game. So Seattle's going to keep pace with the Rams, assuming the Rams win this game, keep pace with the NFC playoff teams. And but Phillip Rivers, what a performance! What a performance! And the Lions, there's a penalty on 4th down. So I think the Lions are going to get the ball back for another series of downs. We'll see. It looks like there's a penalty on the pass interference on St. Brown, even though the Rams defender is arguing vociferously on the call, and you can sort of understand that. why he would be arguing. But the Lions still have a shot. So let's see what happens. On that play, Jared Goff, his right hand hit the top of a lineman's helmet. You see those things often result in a finger or thumb injury. So I hope that's not the case here. But 2:47 to go, plenty of time. Get on the 1 yard line, get a score here, and then you got to decide if you're going to try an onside kick or touchdown. David Montgomery, who else would you give it to in a situation like this? So are you going to trust your defense to stop the Rams? That's a hard nut right there.
Yeah,
to crack.
I probably would on this side of the two at least. It's onsides are just so unreliable. Especially as well with the Rams. Like if you can stop them on first and second down here, you're probably forcing a run, because I don't think Puka or Devontae would be in on that third down either. No. So I think you can go trust that defense and just try to blitz.
No doubt, especially if those. We haven't seen Adams back, and Nakua went out on the last series. So it's a 7-point game with just under 3 minutes to go. Still a game without question. So, the line, I think the fact they've scored 34 points on the Rams on that defense that's ranked among the league leaders. Wow. But as we said, it's going to be interesting to see what they do on this kickoff. While we're waiting on that, let's do one final wrap of the day's scores. The Broncos have extended their lead over the Packers, and the big news out of that, in addition to the score, is the condition of why am I drawing a blank?
Micah Parsons.
And
the Broncos just picked off Jordan Love again. So they got the ball back.
Yeah, that one's probably winding down there. Micah Parsons is the big news. Obviously, Broncos lead 34-26. 49ers have pulled away a bit from the Titans, 34-24 with only 2 minutes to go. The Saints and the Panthers could be headed for overtime. New Orleans has the ball on the Carolina 48. 12 seconds to go, 58. That's like a 65-yard field goal.
Yeah, it looks like they're about 8 to 10 yards outside of field goal range on the broadcast right now. And the Saints also don't have a timeout, so they got to hit something quick to the sideline.
Right. Of course, the Lions and the Rams still to be determined. The Rams took a touchback on the kickoff. Rams lead 41-34. And from earlier today, absolute classic in Foxborough. Patriots went out to a 21-0 lead, but the Bills and Josh Allen, holy mackerel, come back to win 35-31. And remarkable. Buffalo just won't go away. And if they play that way for the rest of the season, they're going to be a tough out for sure. Baltimore had a much needed victory in impressive style, 24-0 over the Joe Burrow Bengals. And I think a lot of people thought the Bengals, would have a good shot at winning that game with Burrow back, but not to be the case. Jaguars keep rolling. You got to give them credit. They are they're not a question mark anymore. They are for real. They handle the Jets very well, 48-20. Another classic, as we talked about earlier, the LA Chargers not only defeat the Chiefs 16-13, but knock them out of the playoffs and knock Patrick Mahomes out of the game with an injury that doesn't look good. The scene of Mahomes being assisted up the tunnel for perhaps x-rays or further examination. And Andy Reid, after the game, indicating that it didn't look good. So I'm sure we'll get an update tomorrow on that. The Texans playing very well, especially the defense. They lead they beat Arizona 40-20. CJ Stroud looked spectacular to me.
Yeah, he really did.
He is back. Another team that took care of business, unfortunately, for Lion fans, the Bears clobber the Browns 31-3, and they're rolling. Commanders with a nice win over the division rival Giants. The Eagles responded very well, 31-0. Seattle beat the Colts, and unfortunately for Lion fans, Graham just converted a huge first down. It's at the 2-minute warning, and the Lions may be out of timeouts or may have one left. But it looks like, barring something unexpected, the Rams are going to hold on to win that game. Maybe not. Maybe there's a miracle in LA about to happen for the Lions. But thanks again to everyone for listening to Gridiron Wrap. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, DC, for producing Skinny Butcher. And as we sign off, we send our best to Ferris State in its pursuit of a national title. You have listened to Gridiron Wrap on 760 WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes.
My name is Jerry Neester, owner and president of Ready Parts. I started the company in 2005 as an automotive supplier. Tryon has been an excellent partner through the